Hi, I'm John Adams, Technical Director at Horizon. The purpose of this next series of videos is to instruct you how to install and set up and tune your AR637 in the most simple and quickest fashion possible. Let's get started. First off, it's important to understand what transmitters are compatible with the AR637T. Rather than me listing the list of compatible radios, it's actually much easier and shorter if I tell you the radios that have some compatibility issues. The radios that are not compatible from the standpoint of programming the 637T include the DX6i, the DX7, the DX7S, the DX7SE, and the DX8G1. By the way, if you have one of those radios and they're DSMX activated, you can still fly an AR637T. However, you won't be able to program them from the transmitter. So we'll be able to program a 637T from any of our current transmitters that are available. And by the way, Spektrum's plans in the future is any radio that we offer that's considered a computer radio, basically one that you can program with a screen, it will be forward programmable capability, which means you will be able to program the 637T. The good news is installing a 637T in your airplane is exactly the same process that you utilize with any other existing receiver and airplane. So you're going to simply install this in the normal places that you would, but there are two things that are very important. Number one, you have to get the 637T in a position that's absolutely secure. So if indeed the receiver was in place and came loose while in flight and the stability system was turned on, that could be catastrophic. I mean, that's a bad day. So absolutely, you need to fasten this in place. So commonly servo tape is used, or some guys use hot glue. Whatever method you choose to use, just be absolutely sure that it secures the receiver in place and it won't be able to come loose, even during vibration, flight, negative G's, and so on. So number one, super important. Number two, the receiver needs to be installed in an orientation or a position that places one of the 24 possible flat planes, both level and parallel in this direction to the line of flight. So that's very important because later on we're going to go through orientation, and it's extremely important that the receiver be in one of those positions. So that means it can be flat like this, on its side, inverted on this side. It can be pins to the rear, it can be pins to the front. In addition, that's available on the 637T that hasn't previously been available is you can also set it on the ends. So you can set it on the end, antenna down, this position, this position, this position, or pins down, on the side of the fuselage and so on. But it needs to be square with the airplane and parallel and perpendicular to the line of flight. So be absolutely sure that you get those two things in place. We have it already pre-installed here in the airplane, but it's actually very simple. It's what you've been doing all along. The next thing is when you install the servo leads, it's exactly what you've been doing all along. So, channel 1 is the throttle channel. Channel 2 is ailerons. If you have flaps, if you have gear, flaps are generally in channel 6, gears in channel 5. So, all the servo plugs just plug in. So go ahead and do that. Install your receiver securely, plug in your servo leads, and we'll go to the next video.